What's up? Is your boy Los LOS, and you are watching and listening to the Flava Podcast. Today we have a special person that's going to be across from me, and he goes by the name of John Hewitt. How you doing, John?
Incredible.
Awesome. John, where are you right now, John? Because I know you're not in the studio with me, with the Flava. Where are you right now?
I'm in Virginia Beach.
Awesome. I've never been there. Is it nice out there? How's it out there?
They say it's the best beach between Maine and Florida.
Okay, that's what they say. What do you say?
I can't argue with that.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna have some icebreakers just to for me and you to have some ice break in between us, and for people to know you a little bit more. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So originally, what state were you born in? Michigan. So what baseball team is that?
Tigers.
The Tigers. So I can't do this with you. Which one? Okay. Who's who's the rival team against the Tigers? Like in Chicago, we got Cubs and Sox.
First of all, I'm not a Tigers fan. I moved to New York when I was 4. So
you're a Yankee fan.
I'm a Yankee fan.
All the way, just like me. I live in Chicago. I am neither a Cubs fan or a Sox fan, but I am a Yankee fan. Love the Yankees. Awesome.
They just took the lead over Detroit 5-2 with a 3-run double by Juan Soto, by the way.
Awesome. Okay. I did not know that. Let's go Yankees. So this has always been a thing around here in Chicago and New York. So Chicago pizza or New York pizza?
I'm not a pizza eater, so I'm not sure which is which.
You don't eat pizza at all?
Never, almost never.
Batman or Robin?
Oh, for sure. Always want to be boss.
You always want to be boss. Who's the boss?
Batman for sure.
Why Batman?
Robin's a boy.
Oh, I got you. Because that was my bad. It was Batman or Superman.
Superman is Superman.
Why Superman?
He's tougher than Batman.
He is tougher. I'm a Christian, so I always say the Bible says that we're not from this world. So he's not from this world. So I always pick Superman. Let's see what else we could go. We could go here. Tom or Jerry?
I'd say Tom's boss, so I'll pick Tom.
Wait, why Tom?
My middle name's Thomas. And he seems like the boss.
Okay, awesome. So Mr. Hewitt, Mr. John Hewitt, a lot of people know you from owning or being the founder of Jackson Hewitt. Is that correct?
That's exactly right.
Okay, and also Liberty Tax. Is that also correct?
You nailed it.
Okay, so before these two companies, what other company were you working for, or did you found it?
I had 2 careers before Jackson Hewitt. First of all, most of my career was H&R Block.
Okay.
And then in 1981, my dad decided we should computerize taxes. So long before you were thought of, we built the first tax software for an Apple computer. So I became self-employed, built tax software, and then used that to found Jackson Hewitt.
So Jackson Hewitt's been around since
August of 82.
82. So I was around. I was born in 73.
Okay, great. Wow.
I'm 50 years old. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So,
but you weren't alive when I started in business.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I wasn't
55 years ago. 55 years.
Yeah, I wasn't even thought of. No. So you were born in Michigan, you said, right?
Yes.
So what made your family move? Because your family did move.
Yeah, my dad went to Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was born in his freshman year. And he was working for Gerber, which was headquartered in Lansing, Michigan. And they transferred him to New York.
Okay. And that was for business?
Yes.
Okay. So it was. Do you have any siblings?
I have 4 younger.
Ah, you're the oldest.
Correct.
Awesome. And they're all in with the family, whatnot. They all had businesses with the family because you've been very successful for a very long time.
Not all of them worked in business. They had a couple of them worked in our business, but 2 didn't.
Okay. So if people would ask, what do you do for fun? Would it be business or would it be something else?
I just love what I do. I've changed thousands of people's lives. I've helped develop 1,000 millionaires. I brought in 5,200 entrepreneurs, 5,200 franchisees. So every day is fun because I'm improving lives. Our mission statement as a company is having fun, improving lives.
Okay, and I hear that about you. I don't know you that well, but I do hear that about you, because there's now people here in Illinois and Chicago talking about ATAX. Are you doing something with ATAX? Is that your company as well?
After we sold Liberty, we acquired ATAX. So,
okay. So
ATAX
that is your company.
Yes. And it's the fastest growing national tax company, faster than H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, or Liberty.
Wow. Why do you know, or why is that? Why is this particular one going faster and rising faster than the other two?
All of my companies have risen faster than anyone in the industry. When I was with Block, they were the fastest growing. When I was with Jackson Hewitt, they were the fastest growing. Liberty, they were the fastest growing. And now ATAX is the fastest growing. So it's because we have the best system in the industry.
Okay. So why is that? Is it that the marketing or is it the advertising? What is exactly making these companies grow so fast?
It's the best marketing.
It's the best marketing.
Our cost per customer, new customer acquisition, is lowest in the industry.
So you're hugely helping out people because the prices are not so high when they go file for taxes. Then is that correct?
Exactly.
Awesome. So what at right now in this time in your life, what keeps you going on doing taxes? Is it just purely because you love doing it?
Exactly. It's most people my age would be retired, but I think it's it would be a shame with my knowledge and experience and wisdom and capability and all the blessings I've gotten to go sit on a beach and waste away. I help people every day. I change lives every day.
I love that you said blessings because these things that are happening in your life and that has happened in your life is coming from a source. I love that you said that.
I do play. I'm a life master bridge player,
okay,
and a master chess player. So I'm always playing bridge or chess or competing. The name of my book is I Compete. So I'm always competing in cards or chess or horse racing or some event.
That is awesome. Chess. I love chess, but I'm not that great at it. I can honestly admit that. My brother that works for actually ATAX, we play chess all the time, and I love my brother. He's paralyzed on one side of his body, but the guy beats me every time in chess, man. And I'm like, how do you do this? When we ended up in the hospital, I got the chessboard. I said, I'm gonna beat him in chess now. He still beat me. He still beat me. The guy is awesome. Very smart man. So I love chess, but not the greatest. So no golfing. I didn't hear golfing.
I gave up golfing about when I took Jackson Hewitt public. It just takes too long, and I don't get excited about hitting a ball, getting in a cart, driving, hitting a ball, getting in a cart, driving, hitting the ball, getting in the cart. That's my idea of 5 hours of fun.
Okay, I could dig it because I find golfing a little bit boring myself. So, I mean, we could go mini golf. I could do mini golf all day long with my wife, but yeah, golfing I think it will bore her and me at the same time. So, What are you doing these days? And I'm pretty sure you're going to say business, something along with the business. So what are you doing these days?
I'm not sure. Well, we have 8 companies. One of them you mentioned is ATAX, but I'm really excited about our mobile dog grooming. It's called Zoom and Grooming.
Okay,
it's growing fastest in the industry. We're going to be number 1 by the end of this year. And one thing in tax, I never got to the largest national company. I never got as big as H&R Block, but by December we'll be the number 1 largest dog grooming company in the United States. In 25 states and 70 cities.
Awesome. So is one in Chicago?
We're not in Chicago yet. Actually, we're down in the Springfield, that area.
Okay.
So Chicago's one of the few major top 25 cities that we're not in.
Okay. So what is, okay, so we know about 3 companies now. What is the other? So you got Jackson Hewitt, you got ATAX, you got Liberty. Is it called? I forgot what it's called now. Liberty Tax, and Zooming Grooming.
Right.
Or Grooming Zooming.
Right.
So what are the other ones?
We have an inspection, and home inspection. We have a staffing company. We have an accounting company that does accounting and tax. We have one called, our newest is a roofing company that does roofing, siding, and solar. And we have loyalty business brokers that they, instead of, everyone knows who realtors are, but now we have, we buy and sell businesses at loyalty business brokers.
Yeah. So because I see Loyalty Brands. What's Loyalty Brands? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, Loyalty Brands is an umbrella company with 8 different franchisors underneath it.
Okay, awesome. So you really keep yourself busy. You've been keeping yourself busy for a very long time.
Forever. I'm ADHD before they invented ADHD.
Oh man, you know what? I try to keep myself busy as well. People tell me to relax a little bit, but when you're trying to build something, or you're trying to do something for the people, you just got to keep on doing. You got to keep on going. I don't believe in stopping until it's done, and then there's always something else that I could do. So I keep on moving. I believe that's what you do.
Yeah, sitting around doing nothing is not fun to me.
And you've always been this way. Is this something you get from your father?
I'm not sure. It's mostly in the fact that I'm ADHD and I'm just pumped. I'm always pumped. I'm always excited, always ready to go. It's just life excites me, and sitting around. If I'm sitting around, I'm reading a book. I might be sitting around reading a book, listening to the radio, and watching a Yankee game. I mean, I'll be doing more. I'm always doing multiple things.
That's awesome. So if someone would ask you to recommend a book to them, what would that book be?
For a business book, the basic business book is I agree with everything Dale Carnegie ever wrote. So I would read everything Dale Carnegie. If it was science fiction, my favorite science fiction book is Dune. And
really?
They made part 1 and part 2 movies recently. Nowhere near as good as the book. My favorite fiction book is Exodus.
Okay. All right. See, something that people don't know about you. That's awesome. Someone's sitting in their chair when they see this, they're gonna be like, "Wow, we didn't know that about him." Maybe some people close to you won't even know that about you. So I'm glad that they're hearing it here and now. That's awesome. So I'm pretty sure you've been around the world because you don't like sitting still. Where was the place that you went to in your lifetime that you're always think about going back, or do you go back to? I like going to Spain. I love Spain. I'm always in Barcelona. what would be a place for you?
Well, first of all, I've opened over 10,000 offices in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have time to go overseas. So, but my favorite 3 cities to visit in the United States, and I travel more than almost anyone. I'm traveling 2 or 3 days a week on 250 or 300 planes a year. And my favorite cities to visit are Las Vegas, New York, and New Orleans.
Okay. Can you tell me why? I'm interested. I kind of know why, maybe why Las Vegas. So why Las Vegas?
All of them are the same. It's like 24/7. It never slows down. There's always something to do.
Awesome. So when you go to Vegas, do you play bridge? Is there bridge in Vegas?
I've never played bridge in Vegas. No.
Okay.
And over the last 8 or 10 years, I've been so busy, I almost don't have a chance to gamble when I'm there.
Yeah, me playing the lottery is like me losing $2 already because I'm not going to do it. I'm going to lose $2.
I enjoy gambling, but I've never bought a lottery ticket.
Ah, that's interesting. Why not? You're just not into the scratch offs or or picking numbers?
I like things. I'm not in favor of things that are not only require luck, but are totally rigged against you. So for every dollar you invest in lottery, you get back about 50 cents. So I do things where I have a chance, like that I'm only going to lose 5%, or like betting on sports or betting on horse racing or something of that nature.
Right. So I got some tax questions here. So any tax advice would you be able to give out to someone, let's say to someone who just started working, like 18-year-old, they just got a job, or a 21-year-old, they just got out of college? What would be a good tax advice for them?
Well, the 2 things that you need to think about that are most important for any age, virtually any age, but especially young, is that investing in an IRA or a 401k retirement plan. If you put, for example, if you put $100 into an IRA, the government puts in 40 or 50. So you're getting, they're putting into your retirement. They're partly matching your investment in your retirement. Or secondly, become self-employed. Those are the best 2 tax advantages: a retirement plan or becoming self-employed.
Okay. So the next question would be, how can a small business benefit from taxes? A small business benefit from taxes?
That takes hours of explanation. The biggest way they can benefit is contact either our ATAX or Ledgers, one of our companies, and we'd be glad to give them a course or a free class webinar. They can, but it takes hours. There's no 2 minutes answer to that question.
Right. So where can they find that webinar?
At ATAX.com.
ATAX.com. Awesome. Is that something new, or is that always been around for like Liberty Tax or the other one?
All of the ever since there's been the internet, my companies, so at Liberty Tax or ATAX, we make that available.
That's awesome. And do you find people using that a lot, that tool?
It depends what you mean. We have thousands of every year that do.
Yeah, because for me, I didn't know that there was. I go do my taxes. I give them the taxes. They tell me what I'm getting back or what I'm not getting back or whatever I owe, and I'm done. I don't really, or people really don't really look into like that webinar, like you said, which they should, because I know I'm going to. We just opened up a business, so definitely have to make sure the small business works. So that's why I asked the question.
And that's why most people overpay their taxes, because they don't think about it. They don't plan ahead. And sometimes they never even request help from an expert. So the best that you can do is, before you make any decision, even getting married, getting divorced, buying a rental property, becoming self-employed, having a capital gain, anything, before you make a decision, check with your advisor.
Awesome. Awesome. So this is a good question right here. I want you to think about it a little bit. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I see that in, for example, in some of our industries, in some of our 8 industries, we're going to be number 1 in the country. But our most exciting, biggest one is our Zoom Groomin mobile grooming service is going to be a national name. Jackson Hewitt's a national name. Liberty Tax is a national name. And I'll have my third national company. No one else has developed 2 of the top 100. I've done that. Now they say third time's a charm. Within 5 years, I'll have my third top 100 retail franchise chain. No one else has done more than 1.
And I don't think no one else has done like a Zoom grooming dog shampoo.
We have some competitors.
Do you?
But we're growing much, much faster.
Okay, but honestly, this is the first time I hear about something. I know groomers that I go to because I send my dog to the groomer, but there's I never hear like a chain.
Right. Well,
other than Petco or something like that, which is, I don't think about groomers in Petco, even though there is there, but I think about just going buying food and leaving, buying food for the dog and leaving. That's it.
When we get to Chicago, you'll hear about us and you'll see our vans everywhere.
Right, because this is not a brick and mortar. This is going to be a van, correct?
Yes, exactly. If you just Google Zoom Grooming, you can see our beautiful van.
Awesome. And this is in 25 states right now as we speak.
Exactly.
Awesome. So for the viewers, what would you want them to know about you, John?
I think that my mission statement says it all, that having fun, improving lives. And, when we say having fun, I invented Thank God It's Monday. If on Monday morning, you're not looking forward to going to work, you're going to the wrong place. Life's too short. So if you're living Thank God It's Friday, you're living in the wrong universe. And then there's nothing more rewarding than changing lives. I was surprised to see Denzel Washington the other day on Facebook, and he said, the most selfish people are, I was totally shocked. He said, the most selfish people are people that help others. And he said, that totally shocked me because that sounds unselfish. So he said, that's because they enjoy life so much. It's the most rewarding thing you can do. And so we change our investors' lives, our customers' lives, our franchisees, our employees, our vendors, and the world around us. You have to give back. To whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes, that is my motto. That is my motto. Each one teach one. And I believe in that for everything that I do, is each one teach one. Let's not keep things to ourselves. Let's make sure that everyone comes up. Awesome. So one more thing, 2 more things actually, before I let you go. And I thank you again. I was extremely honored that they reached out to me. They reached out to Flava Podcast to have you on the show. And I was just like, wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. I don't know this man, but we know of this man because everybody knows the name, What is your favorite kind of music?
I'm pretty eclectic. I like a lot of things, but so I'm a rock and roll.
Let's go.
The 60s was the greatest generation for music, with the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and Elvis Presley, and Elton John, and Three Dog Night, and Moody Blues. I mean, I go on and on. There are more great bands in the 60s than any other decade. And that was my teenage years, was in the 60s. So that's my music.
So what about the Grateful Dead?
I didn't pay much attention to them. They're out there. So I never really got in touch with them. One of my employees actually what followed them was she followed them for a year, and she had a little stand, and she made sandwiches. I think they were just peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but I never got into the music. I never got into Grateful Dead or Jimmy Buffett or Janis Joplin until I did eventually before she died. I started liking Janis Joplin, but I never got into Jimmy Buffett or the Grateful Dead.
Okay. That's something else that people didn't know about you. And here at Flava Podcast, we'd like to dig deep a little bit for people to know the actual person that we all know. We all see this person, we know what they've done, but who are they? And this is what we're getting today from you. And I'm pretty sure there's people out there smiling, knowing that about you. So
hopefully they're not laughing at me.
No, why would they laugh? I love that. I love the 60s and 50s and 70s music. It's awesome. It's amazing.
Right. You were born in the 70s. So.
That's right. 73. Yes, I was. The year that Bruce Lee died. I remember that because I used to be a martial artist. So I remember that. So now this could be two different things. Now, favorite actor in a movie. The actor doesn't have to be in the movie.
I love my favorite movie is Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Close behind it is Notebook, but I don't. There's so many great actors. I can go through 15 or 20. I have no single favorite actor.
What about actress?
Same
thing. Okay. Awesome. So we're going to be ending this interview up with John Hewitt. We are blessed here at Flava Podcast that we even had this opportunity to talk to you. But if you want to get something across right now, you want to send people to your tags for they could reach out to you or reach out to your company, you can say that right now for they could do that. And we're going to put it on the bottom of the screen later on when I edit this. We'll put all those tags that you want people to reach your company or you at.
Sure, they can loyaltybrands.com. And if they'd like a free copy of my book, they can send me an email at john@loyaltybrands.com. And I'd be happy to send them a free copy of my book, I Compete.
Awesome. And that's awesome because I will be sending, I will be doing that one more time because I love to read. It's been my thing for the last few years. I make sure that every month I read a book. So it's 12 books a year. What was that book you mentioned earlier that someone should be reading?
I said everything Dale Carnegie. The most common one is influencing people, make friends, influencing people. But everything Dale Carnegie writes.
Awesome. Thank you, John Hewitt. Thank you so much for being here on the Flava Podcast. We appreciate you. God bless you and continue doing what you're doing. We do believe in you, and we do believe when you say you're here to help the people because we see your company everywhere in our neighborhoods, everywhere. Thank you, and God bless you.
It was my pleasure. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too.